All right, last one. Then we're going to talk to Gaia, and then we're out of here.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this. No. For now, I must leave the tribe behind.
You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tenakth don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes. She was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
You've been getting to know Erend, I assume?
Of course. Any friend of Varl's is a friend of mine. In this case, a very loud friend.
Love it.
What are you up to?
Gaia was kind enough to put together a list of glyphs used by the Old Ones. She helped me decipher some of the data you've collected, and showed me how to use the focus to help the process. It's not easy, but it's been working so far.
That's good to hear. I see you've settled in.
Gaia did say this place was built for us, so we could regain control of our lands with her terraforming system. Nurture them like the land gods do Plainsong's fields. It does strike me as odd that a place of life should have so much metal.
Did
Fair.
Gaia tell you anything about the Zeniths?
She did, though it wasn't exactly easy to believe. To think that there are places among the stars where life can bloom as it does here, it is humbling, to say the least, and heartbreaking that such life should be bent on destroying ours.
So, how does a tribe like the Utaru manage to maintain the peace with warriors like the Tenakth?
By holding them off. When our fields bloomed aplenty, the Tenakth looked upon our lands with envy. But Plainsong's dishes provided sanctuary and high ground to keep invaders at bay. In the end, even the Tenakth saw sense in a truce. The Utaru promised to provide the Tenakth with food from our crops every year. In exchange, the Tenakth would relinquish one of their own, a veteran, to train the Utaru in combat. This custom was abandoned a few years after the derangement, but some veterans still remain in the plains.
Okay, let's go.
Right, I should probably...
Oh, wait,
I
there's
shall
only one
return to
more?
our...
Hold on. He literally has one more. Okay.
Do you have time?
I do?
I've been meaning to ask, what's the deal with you and the chorus?
You have to talk back to
didn't seem to
murder.
be on the best
Exactly.
of terms.
I got items to
That's
get,
what
man.
happens when you're the one Utaru who insists on publicly defying them. Twice. When the Carja invaded the Utaru plains, they did more than just attack our villages. They burned our fields, took our people as slaves, and murdered those who were too weak to make the trip back to Meridian.
To be sacrificed in the Sun Ring.
I was helping the healers back then, as waves of refugees swarmed into Plainsong. The chorus was divided in how to face the invaders. Some saw sense in raising arms. Others believed the dishes would keep us safe, as they had many times before. And while they bickered, I buried the seeds of the fallen.
It couldn't have been easy. Seeing your people suffer while the Carja invaded your lands.
I come from a small village near Plainsong. My grandmother used to say there was no seed that wouldn't grow there. I moved to the dishes when I decided to apprentice as a healer. When the Red Raids began, I thought about going back. But the injured kept pouring into Plainsong, day after day. So I kept putting it off. One day, I woke up to hear a Carja raiding party had ransacked my village during the night. I rushed there with the healers to help the survivors, but there weren't any left.
Damn.
The smell of burning flesh haunts me to this day.
I'm sorry, Zoe.
I made it a point to appear before the chorus as soon as we returned, to demand that we take a stand against the invaders. I was denied. So I left to fight on my own.
You said you set out to fight the Carja alone?
I did. But it turned out I wasn't the only one. News of my disagreement with the chorus spread through the plains.
Yeah, new camera angle.
Before I knew it, I had more than a dozen Utaru warriors ready to follow me into battle. We knew we couldn't take on the Carja armies head-on, but we also knew the lay of the land better than they
did.
did.
The Carja had
ambushed
a
smaller
mad
raiding
king
parties,
that killed
sabotaged their supply
everyone,
lines, and hit their encampments at night.
Yeah, he had like his own little mini inquisition.
Enough that the Tenakth took notice. When the clans began to push the Carja back east, they let us join their ranks. We chased the enemy all the way to Barren Light.
Oh my god.
You said you were at Barren Light when the Tenakth defeated the Carja?
Tenakth marshals climbed the cliffs of the Daunt under cover of night, then attacked from the other side. Before we knew it, the gates were open, and the full force of the clans burst through. What happened next was not something I like to remember. When all the dust and blood settled, I smelled it again. The stench of burnt flesh. Our enemies defeated. What was left of my squad returned to the Utaru Plains. I went back to Plainsong. But even as the harvest passed, it didn't feel like I'd truly returned at all.
Is that when you became a grave singer?
I thought soothing the suffering of others would somehow appease my own. Then you came along and gave me a choice. I could either sing at people's graves or fight for a chance to keep them alive.
I'm glad you chose the latter.
Okay. Okay.
I need to head out.
We are fully caught up, chat.
I'll return
we
to our
did
training.
it. Yes. All right.
Applause, please.
Hey, guy, girl, what's up?
I am pleased you have returned.
Me too.
And I see you have recovered ether. Please proceed with the merge. Afterwards, I have a matter to discuss with you.
You do? Cool.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static. Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Coordinates. Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
It is an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Dude.
Why would Eleuthia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Eleuthia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Eleuthia is in trouble
Think
and
it's the
sent the
Zenith?
message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Eleuthia.
Probably Zenith.
That is my conclusion as well.
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. So maybe it's not them then. You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps
the
its
where.
meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
Interesting. Huh.
All right.
Oh, cool.
I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I
Don't ever do that again, Gaia. Thanks.
concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Eleuthia, then it's in trouble, and
237 is the atomic number of plutonium. So I wonder if it's like warning there's radiation.
need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Uranium, not plutonium. Maybe, yeah, maybe a missile silo.
Fine.
Lethal Pro says, dang,
Go
that's
grab your
smart.
things.
Oh, I read it in chat. Yeah.
We'll wait for you at the west exit.
So I did not
in case
remember
you need
that.
to upgrade your gear.
That was all on chat. Also, Kaboom. Yes. Is that it? Wait, hold on.
Aloy,
Hi.
That was sneaky of you, patching in Varl and Aaron to our conversation.
I am pleased you accepted their help. Is
You
there
called
something
Gaia
you wish to
sneaky.
discuss before you depart?
You mentioned that the superstorms have subsided. Is that ether at work?
Yes.
Ooh.
Thanks to Ether's capabilities, weather patterns in the local region should mostly stabilize for the time being.
Well, that's a relief. Be nice not to have to fight my way through a storm anymore.
I will continue to
Cool.
stabilize the
Actual
atmosphere
ramifications
as
for
long
getting
as
the
I
new
can.
stuff. That's awesome.
What can you tell me about Demeter?
Demeter sows, fertilizes, and tends to plant life.
So once I bring it back...
Chat makes Cohh look
All the
smart.
blight out there will
Actually,
start
just
to
an
get better.
extension of my consciousness at this point.
While permanent restoration requires the abilities of
Y'all are my
Hephaestus,
subroutines.
I may be able to improve conditions in the region for a while. However, a word of warning. Like Ether and Poseidon, Demeter's response to my query was highly irregular. Alone and frightened, it may have taken measures to assure its security.
Okay. I'll keep my guard up.
I wonder if any of these subroutines are going to, like, side with Hephaestus instead of Gaia.
Why did Ether take up residence in an ancient war museum?
As with the other subordinate functions,
Like, I wonder if Hephaestus
Ether
can
needed to
subroutine
install
other.
itself on a processor with adequate storage and power. The one in the museum appears to have been sufficient, given that the holographic displays
these all
were
AIs?
still
Yes.
active.
Yes.
So Ether was assured it could stay for as long as it needed to.
Correct. Though it is curious that it chose a place surrounded with the ancient ruins of aircraft.
Maybe it also felt at home there. The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the earth
we
with
heard this.
Eleuthia with interculturing Apollo and disseminate. All are
Pharaoh, huh?
understand. He appears to have been pathological.
Yep, we heard that.
All three of or were. Do you still...
If restored art.
Poseidon knew?
So, Poseidon. What do we know about it?
Poseidon controls the organ. Once it, it may.
I'll be... How's Katalo doing?
I detect that the loss of his arm still deeply pains him, though he has not voiced his thoughts. I may be able to assist in his recovery, should he be interested.
Really? I'm sure he will be.
There are spammers here? In chat? I don't think so, dude. Oh, that's great.
How are things around here?
Zoe has been studying the morphology of her land gods in an effort to
Thanks, Agamir.
understand their sickness. Without the abilities of Hephaestus, I am
Yeah, we need to get him
unfortunately
that
unable
arm.
to correct their programming. However,
Immediately.
Zoe and I are hopeful
Thank you, CJ
we will
Lewis.
find an alternative way to heal them.
Well, keep at it. Varl and Zoe seem to like spending time together.
Indeed. While studying Old World data, Zoe discovered references to a dietary lifestyle known as vegetarianism. She appreciated the similarities with Utaru practices and encouraged Varl to try out this lifestyle.
And how did that go?
I believe they have agreed to disagree.
How's Erend handling things?
He is becoming increasingly accustomed to use of the focus. After an initial incident,
What did he do?
he unfortunately crushed his first focus as he attempted to affix it to his temple. Amongst a number of Oseram curses, I believe he also blamed the focus for being dainty. He has given repeated assurances that it will not happen again.
Well, good thing we have a lot of extras, I guess.
That is phenomenal.
So this facility, the Regional Control Center, it was meant to oversee the terraforming system?
For the local region, yes. Had humans received their education from the Apollo database, they would have then been guided here to assume operation. As that never happened, this place remained
You
vacant.
could say that Erend lost his focus.
Until Minerva decided to settle here.
No.
So I guess this room was meant to keep an eye on conditions outside?
Yes. From here, the facility's operators would have been able to observe weather and machine activity in real time.
That would have been quite a sight.
It may still be possible to view some of them, should you find and reconnect the cameras to this room's console.
I'll keep a lookout. So the Hades Proving Lab, where I found the Gaia kernel, it used to be a Pharaoh research facility?
Yes. Prior to appropriation by Zero Dawn, the facility was used to engineer and test advanced computer viruses. It appears to have been one of many research initiatives by Pharaoh Automated Solutions.
Fun.
I guess it wasn't enough to build automated killing machines.
Right?
He wanted viruses to infect them with too.
Okay.
So, a while back, before the battle at Meridian, I went into Banuk territory. I discovered another AI there. One not related to Zero Dawn. Cyan. It was created to oversee operations for a volcanic stabilization project. And it spent the last 1,000 years in isolation. I'm guessing you didn't know about it?
Oh.
No. From the data on your focus, it seems that Cyan was cut off from the outside world. An effort by its creators to protect it from the Pharaoh Plague.
Any chance it could help us now?
I have already attempted contact, with no success. Given its previous experience with accepting an outside
right?
request, I imagine it is unwilling to do so again.
Right. Because last time Hephaestus enslaved it. Well, that's too bad. I think the two of you would have had a lot to talk about.
Dude, how cool.
The processor Ether was installed on was part of an ancient war museum.
This is the ending?
A memorial
No.
to something
Oh, God,
called
no.
the Hot Zone Crisis. Do you know anything about it?
My knowledge of historical events was unfortunately lost with the Apollo database. However, climate data indicates a peak in regional temperatures in the 2030s. Such conditions would see extreme, prolonged droughts, an increase in dust storms, and a loss of habitable landmass.
But they wouldn't have built a museum in the middle of a wasteland. So I guess things got better eventually.
Yes. Data suggests that temperatures return to average levels in the clawback era of the 2040s.
There was an ancient tank embedded in the bulwark, buried under a bunch of boulders. Any idea how it got there?
During the Pharaoh Plague, the US military resumed the use of human combatants, as automated machinery was unreliable. It is possible the vehicle was part of a pre-automated war fleet.
So they fought against the Pharaoh machines in the valley, until the mountain was blasted apart and buried them.
Damn. So we can come back and keep talking to her, like, as this stuff happens. Hold on, I think we already, I'm
Gaia?
pretty sure we already did this.
Listening.
Your fr-
Yes,
Yeah.
though I am.
Thanks, Guy. So, Project Zero Dawn. The greatest minds in the world, all working to build the terraforming system while the Pharaoh Plague devoured the
Any
planet.
gameplay? No, just
What
talking.
was it like?
Personnel worked in rotations, at all hours of the day. Resources and technology were secured from across the world. Within a month of the project's conception, I was launched and began my education. Elizabeth encouraged me to spend time with the rest of the Zero Dawn staff.
Yeah, we saw this.
She said it was important to experience many personalities and perspectives to aid in my emotional development.
What were they like?
Scared, hopeful, determined.
Can we recover Apollo?
They
Well, we know
were
Apollo made it off the
toward
planet.
Technological
So,
achievements on a scale never before
I don't know.
attempted. I owe everything to their dedication.
I'll be on my way.
I wish you safe travels.
cool. Okay, so now what we're going to do... Okay, first of all... Okay, we got skill points. Awesome. Go spend those. Do this. Do this. Recover health when using Silent Strike. Move more quietly. Carry more smoke. I need to use more smoke bombs. Reduce your visibility to enemies. What is this one? You can move down. Okay.
Aloy, I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can.
Where have I seen this before?
Holograms. Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
Oh. Interesting.
Looks like Arendt and Catalo moved their stuff in.
Nice.
Oh, looks like I can open that door now.
Wait, which one?
There it is.
What? Looks like I can open that door now?
Gaia, what was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for control center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Oh, that's too bad. There's data here. Another room. What for?
What the heck is this? Awesome. Oh.
Switch to a private log? Okay, so Regional Control Center 9. Design of the facility's coming along. When Gaia finally builds it, it'll have everything it needs. Except personality. So, I'm going to sneak in my own mark. A couple of flourishes. Starting with this little tucked-away hideout. August would have gotten a kick out of it. He loved hidden passages, like the kind in old English castles. But I've got something bigger planned. My piece de resistance, if you will.
What's that mean? Oh.
Oh, I'm back in the sleeping quarters.
Huh. I missed the grab point near that loot crate. I can't seem to do anything. It does go... Oh. There you go.
Unbelievable.
See
Door
that?
won't open. Guess Gaia hasn't been able to restore access yet.
What is that?
I've been carrying Elizabeth's pendant with me for months.
Is this my room?
Since we're gonna stay a while, I think I'll keep it here, where it'll be safe. Elizabeth put all of her faith in Gaia. And Gaia put all of her faith in me. If I can do it all, recover the subfunctions, defeat Zenith, heal the world, I'd like to think Elizabeth would be proud.
Yeah, maybe this is like a collectible save area.
This is the rite of passage that Vishav gave me at the embassy.
Yep.
I liked him. He seemed like a good man. I think he was really looking forward to going home. Looks like someone's put some of my stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room.
I did.
Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
That was thoughtful of them. My old spear. Rust helped me make it when I finished my training. Feels like so long ago now. When Varl found me after the Hades Proving Lab, I thought I saw Rost. I don't think he'd understand any of this,
Oh no.
or what I have to do. But still, I wish he was here.
I am very, very, very late. God, I have to go. Oh God. Yeah, okay. So we will absolutely be back later tonight. I think I'm gonna play more of this tonight. I clearly have some side stuff to do. So we're gonna play more of this tonight for sure, and do some more side stuff, do some missions, hopefully get some better gear and armor and stuff. Because tomorrow we're gonna play this all day again because this game's amazing. All right, friends, thank you for being here. As always, be sure to check out the YouTubes, youtube.com/CohhDaily. Hope you all enjoyed the show. And on that note, I will see you fine folks tonight for more Horizon, or tomorrow for more Horizon. See you guys later.